Hey everyone, welcome back to Wandered Off with Chris and Brandy. First and foremost, I cannot believe the engagement that we got on our last video. That was the first video we posted of our land and we got so many comments. Chris and I have been reading them all. We've been trying to make sure that we respond to all of them. I just wanted to make a couple things clear for everyone. We do understand it's 150 degrees in the summer. We do understand there's no water, no power. There is rattlesnakes. We understand all of that. We've lived in the desert before. Did we do it off grid? No. But we do understand the heat, the elements, and the landscape in this area. We do appreciate everyone's feedback, comments, concerns. We're pretty humbled actually by the amount of engagement that we had on that last video. So we do thank everyone for watching and hope you stick around to watch our journey as we get this going from Florida. And like I said before, we really hope to be on this property by the end of this year, 2026. So the beginning of this video, we were out in September for just a long weekend last year, and it was the first time we'd seen the land fully cleared. I know a lot of people did not appreciate the fact or like the fact that we cleared our land completely. We did leave the Joshua trees, we left the yuccas, we left a couple beaver tail and prickly pear. We do plan on re-landscaping and bringing in a lot of the natural vegetation back in once we get out there and start building, but we do have big plans for this land. So here's our retention area that we've learned. Once it rains, all the water flows down to that corner, and we're gonna make that more of a water catchment retention area. So when it does rain, we'll catch as much as we can that's not coming off of the rooftop structure that we're going to build. As you can see, we have free range cattle on our land, and they were a little surprised to see us. And we were honestly kind of surprised to see them, to be honest. But it is also something that we have to work around in our area. So we do have to get a fence up. That'll probably be one of the first or second things we do. It'll either be concrete and a fence or fence and concrete. We had a big plan to use a gabion wall or fence, which is a wire basket full of rocks, as our fence solution out here. But as you can see, we have mostly sand. We don't have a whole lot of rocks to gather up and put into a fence type situation, so we may have to rethink our fence solution. More to come on that. Where are we?
Home.
We bought 2.35 acres over a year ago, and bam, we have a neighbor all of a sudden. Cleared the land, we put in septic. Septic's over here, and now we are getting ready to meet contractors for concrete. We need a 50 by 90 slab out here for containers. We plan on building a container compound out here, so that's what we're looking to do here. So we're here to stake some stuff out, take some measurements. Go look at this view. Marking out containers.
Yeah. So now it leaves you 30 feet.
So there's these flags.
That's the corner of the slab.
Yep, 90 feet.
You throw a couple more flags in.
To that one, you might not be able to see in the video. Right there. There's our septic right there. Feet that way to that flag. I still can't believe we have a neighbor that just popped up randomly. Crazy.
Doesn't that feel like it's way farther in?
It depends on the road. The road is wavy.
This is really short too.
Here, you want a flag?
I don't think this is right.
I mean, it's on the corner of their fence. Marking the property corner so we can start measuring out where the trees are, because we're keeping the landscape that's left currently. Okay, while Chris and I figure out the best place to land our 50 by 90 slab and to get it staked out before the contractors show up later this week, I wanted to give a quick background on Chris and I. Chris has been in construction since he was about 14 years old, maybe even sooner. We're both in our early 50s. He's built anything and everything from homes to casinos in Vegas. He is currently a site safety guy for the company he works for right now. My background is architecture. I wanted to be an architect for the longest time. First 6 years of my career, I was aspiring to be one, and then rolled over to the construction management side. I've been managing construction on the owner side for over 20 years. So Chris and I have a lot of knowledge in construction. We do plan on doing the majority of this work ourselves. We are on a budget, but we do have skills that a lot of people that go out and do off-gridding don't have. We have also flipped a handful of homes and have completely gutted homes and started over. So we're pretty well versed in what we want to do out here and how we're going to do it. Okay, we got, besides burro and donkey tracks, RV septic, house septic, and then our slab is over there, potentially where the flags are.
This is the corner.
Yeah.
And it runs straight underneath that yucca tree to that other flag.
50 that way, 90 that way.
It goes like this. Straight this way. Over here. I think this is the flag that's throwing y'all off.
So we will have containers, a roof system.
It goes like that.
Yeah. And then here's the leach field, straight behind the RV septic. You can see the line runs all the way.
So I think if anything, we need to move it that way, like 6 feet, so that you have a 10-foot radius around that yucca right there. That Joshua tree. So if we did like a 10-foot offset from this current position and pushed it 10 more feet this way. Water running through here. That's gonna be that white flag up there is the street side.
Mm-hmm.
So if you pour the slab
corner
here,
to corner to corner. Oops, hard to point in the video. To corner.
Something like that.
Will be the slab.
I see it. You see it? That gives you 20 feet behind your slab before you hit your sewer drop into your septic. You'll drop in with a 4-inch into your septic. You'll have a 4-inch stub up into the slab. That'll run through. You'll have 2 3-inch conduit stubs, schedule 80, gray. You'll have 2 water stubs. You'll need one over here, and then wherever you put your dishwasher or your washing machine and dryer.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think ideally the plan will be to kind of utilize this wash structure here as it diverts water down our property into this back corner here. Maybe we can build some kind of a like retainage area right there, or even farther to the left down here. I mean farther to the right down there, and right in there maybe we can build some form of retainage pond or something to collect all the water that runs down the hill, down this wash.
Off the mountains, because all that water comes off of these mountains.
Plant trees right along there. You know, any kind of raised bed you can put in there. That way you can manipulate some of the water.
Look at that sunset. We met our new neighbor over there. They just moved in.
2 days ago.
Just landed that shed 2 days ago. Nice guy. I know a lot of you are a little upset that we took so much landscaping out of here, but I promise you we've got really big plans for this property. We're going to bring a lot of landscape back. Look at the sunset. These views are just amazing. We cannot wait to get out here. We gave you a little bit of a sneak peek of what we plan on doing to the property earlier in the video. If you were watching and caught that, we do plan on bringing out 4 40-foot containers, putting a roof system over 2 of them to park the RV underneath of, and then the other space will be just outdoor space on a 50 by 90 concrete slab. Now granted, we may get out there and it may all change, but right now this is our plan. We've learned to pivot being in construction for the last 20-25 years. We're completely adaptable. We understand things happen, but for right now, this is kind of our dream. This is what we're shooting for. And yeah, we thank you guys for hanging out and watching these videos, and we hope you stick around for our full journey. Again, we do appreciate all of the views, the comments, the likes, the subscribers. My gosh, you guys really came through on this last video. So we really appreciate it. And again, look at that view. That view is just amazing. I cannot wait to be sitting on the top of one of my containers and watching the sunset. It's just gonna be amazing out there. And we have been in contact with that new neighbor. He is a super nice guy. We've also been talking to another neighbor as well who's been checking on our property. So far, this experience has been amazing. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you on the next one.